Hi students, good evening. This is Tanvi from Oliveboard and today we are going to discuss how to score full marks in your chapter of Syllogism, which is one of the most important chapter in your RBI Grade B examination. Already there are 60 questions of reasoning in your whole exam, and out of those 60 questions, now Syllogism question definitely comes in your exam, and it is not just for 1 mark. You are going to get around 5, 6 or sometimes 8 questions of Syllogism. So this is what we are going to discuss today. So today's session is going to assure you that you are going to get 100% marks if you get the question of Syllogism. Like if you have 5 questions, you'll be able to solve all the 5 questions correct. Okay, so I'm going to discuss everything today. So I hope students have joined this session because it was to start at 7 p.m. So Sumukh, Himanshi, hello, TD. Okay, hi, good evening. So students, first confirm me in the comment section if I am clearly audible and visible. Okay, so first of all, just confirm me if I am clearly audible and visible. So all your confusions of this chapter, all the doubts, right? All the important tricks. First, I'm going to tell you about that. Okay, because there are some words, there are some keywords that come in your exam. That definitely comes in your exam. So first, I'm going to discuss all that part. After that, we are going to start with the questions. Okay. So thank you so much for the confirmation. So before starting the session, I would like to tell all the students that just share this session with all your friends who are preparing for RBI Grade B examination so that they can also get full marks in Syllogism. Okay, and hit like on the session. Okay, so let us start the class. And before starting the session, we pledge for your success. Okay, so these are the series offerings and here is the concept. So before starting the question, I would like to clear all the basic concepts where you people face doubt or where you people have any confusion, so that you are already clear about everything before starting with the question. Okay, so first, I'm going to define that there are 2 types of cases. One is certainty and other is possibility. Okay, now one is your certainty. Okay, and other is your possibility. So I'm going to ask you few things. You'll have to answer me in the comment section. So in the certainty, now what are the conclusions of certainty? Like if I say sum A is B, that is certainty. If I say all A is B, that is also certainty. If I say all A can be B or all A is B is a possibility. Okay, that is possibility. So what is the simple word meaning? What is the difference between these 2 words? Certainty means we are sure. Possibility means we are doubtful. So there are 2 categories of conclusions that will be asked. Okay, one is certainty type, and in the certainty conclusion, he is going to ask you that whether this is certainly possible, whether this is certainly true or certainly false. And in the case of possibility, he is going to ask whether this can happen. Okay, so this is the difference. So first, if I consider the certainty conclusions from positive statement. Now, if you have a positive statement, negative conclusion will be right or wrong. So just answer me in the comments whenever you have some positive statement in that scenario, whether the negative conclusion will be correct or incorrect. Okay, positive statement means if I have all A is B and in the conclusion I'm asking no A is B. So is this conclusion true or false? So this will be wrong. Always remember that from the positive statement, negative conclusion is always wrong. Okay. Second thing is Now, if I have a negative statement, for example, if I have no A is B in the statement and in the conclusion he is asking some A is B, that is also wrong. So we need not even think, we need not even see the diagram. Simply, if you have a positive statement, from that negative conclusion is wrong. If you have a negative statement, from that positive conclusion will be wrong. Okay. Next is, now if in the statement you have this all. Okay. In your statement you have all. Like if I say all A is B and in the conclusion you have some. Okay, if you have the statement of all A is B and in the conclusion he says some A is B, whether that is true or false. So from all, just tell me from all, some is correct or incorrect. Okay, so from all, some is correct or incorrect. This is what you have to tell. From all, conclusion of some will be correct. Like if all of you are preparing for RBI Grade B exam and some person is going to ask me, are some of the students preparing for exam? I'll say yes. Because if all of you are preparing, I can conclude some. But if I have the statement of some, okay, from that the conclusion of all, will that be correct or incorrect? So from the statement of some, conclusion of all will be correct or incorrect. This is what you have to answer. Okay. So if the statement is sum A is B and in the conclusion you have all A is B, so that will be wrong. If some of you are preparing for IFSCA grade examination, I cannot conclude that all of you are preparing for IFSCA examination, right? Next is, if you have a statement that all A is B, okay, if you have the statement that all A is B and in the conclusion he is asking all B is A, so will that be correct or incorrect? So the reverse of a statement will be correct in conclusion or not in the case of all. So these are some confusions that I want to clarify with you before starting with the questions, okay? Because I want all of you to score 100% marks in syllogism. So that's why I'm covering everything that is going to help you score 100% marks, okay? So this is wrong, okay? All A is B diagram is like this. And from this diagram, I cannot conclude that all B is A. So if in the statement you have all A is B and in the conclusion he asks all B is A, that will be wrong. Next is, if in the statement you have some A is B and in the conclusion you have some B is A, that is true. Just see the diagram. This is some A is B. And in this diagram, we can see that we can conclude that some B is A. Okay, so this is correct. Right. And if I ask in the statement, no A is B. And in the conclusion, he says no B is A. So reversal of no in the conclusion will also be correct. Okay. So students, is this much clear to you all? Just confirm me. Okay, is this part clear to you? Okay, so this is certainty, right? But what does possibility mean? Possibility means this can happen. Okay, so what we understand in possibility, that if you have a 100% true conclusion and after that he is writing is a possibility, that will be wrong. For example, if I say all A is B in the statement and in the conclusion you have that some A is B is a possibility, that will be wrong, because from all A is B, some A is B is certainly true. And if sum A is B is certainly true, that is not doubtful, that is certainly possible. Okay, so that's the reason that 100% true conclusion in a possibility will be wrong. Okay, so this is the point where you people make mistake. I'm just going to highlight this point. Okay, students, and I would like to also tell you one more thing, that the session will also be available in the Telegram channel. The link to join the Telegram channel is in the description. Okay, so all this explanation that will be there in the PPT, okay, that will be available to you in the soft copy format. Okay, that will, the PDF of this PPT will be shared with you all. Okay, so that you can revise the lecture, right? Okay, so if you have 100% false conclusion and after that it is written as a possibility, that will also be wrong, because 100% false conclusion means something which is impossible, and if something is impossible, that is not possible, so this will be wrong in the possibility. Okay, only the conclusion which is doubtful. So the doubtful conclusion, if after a doubtful conclusion they are writing is a possibility, that will be true. Okay, if you have a doubtful conclusion, so after that if they are writing is a possibility, that will be true. Now in this all all the rules that I have discussed with you, where you people make mistake, now that highlighted point is the point where you people make mistake. Now what happens if some conclusion is definitely true, you people by mistake take it as correct one, but what is 100% true will be wrong in the possibility. So be very clear about this scenario, because this is the scenario where people by mistake mark the wrong answer. Okay, so I'm also highlighting your mistake so that you're not going to make any point wrong. So is everything clear? Any doubt in this much part? So just tell me in the comment section. So next I'll clear all the confusions about the diagram. Okay, now I'm going to discuss about the diagram with you, how to make the diagram. After that I'm going to discuss the point of either or, because there is a problem in either or also where you people make mistake, and then there are some points in the conclusion, there are some particular points that are always asked. So now about diagram, as you all know, the diagram for all A is B is like this. The diagram for all B is A is like this, right? But the diagram for sum A is B or sum B is A will be same. And the diagram for no A is B and no B is A is also same. Okay, so it is only in the case of all where you have a separate diagram in the case of all A is B and for all B is A. Right, you have a separate different diagram for both the statements. But in the case of sum, in both the statements diagram is same. Also in the case of no, the diagram is same, right? So this is how you people make a diagram. Now there are some new statements that have arisen in the last 2 years. Okay, so one is sum A is not B. So this is the point where you people get doubtful, and other one is only a few A is B. Okay, all the previous statements were the standard ones that you all know, but these are the 2 new statements that are coming in your exam and you people are not able to understand. Some of the students have a confusion in these 2 statements. Okay, so first you people tell what is the meaning of sum A is not B. Okay, so actually what happens now in all these diagrams, what is the meaning of first I would like to discuss about all A is B and all B is A and sum A is B. Now when he says all A is B, there is one more diagram that is possible, that is the diagram of overlapping. Same happens here also. Same happens here also. So there is a possibility of overlapping of A and B in all the statements, whether it is all A is B or all B is A or some A is B or some B is A. Okay, so that's the reason we do not make this diagram of overlapping between A and B, because that is not going to distinguish the statements. Okay, that is not going to distinguish the statement. So that's the reason we people do not make this diagram for the given statements. We just make the red inked diagrams for all or some. Okay, so because if I say all A is B, this means all A is in B. So that is also happening in the green one also. If I say all B is A, so that happens in this green diagram also. If I say some A is B, so if I am saying some A is B, so about rest part of A, we have a doubt that rest area of A can also come in B. So that's the reason this is possible in the case of some A is B also. Okay, but we always make the red inked diagram for the question, and we are going to do the same afterwards also. Okay, so what is the meaning of some A is not B? So students, I want you all to answer me. What is the meaning of some A is not B? How you explain me? Actually, when I say some A is not B, this means that some A is B, okay, some A is B and some A is, now what he mean to say that some A is in B, okay, but there is some area of A which is not in B, okay, because some A is B and some A is not B. So I'll mark the cross on the curve of A, because restriction is on A and not on B. So what does it mean? That he is saying in the circle of A there is some area where B cannot come, but B can come in the rest area of A. That is not true. That can happen. Okay, so this is what it means. Okay, right. So this is the meaning of some A is not B, that there is some A which is not B. Okay, so how we are going to make a diagram? First we are going to make the diagram of some A is B, and we are going to mark the restriction where the restriction is. Okay, next if I say only a few A is B, now what is the meaning of that? Now this is the most latest point. It means that some A is B and some A is not B. Okay, some A is B and some A is not B. So how am I going to make this diagram? So this is how I make some A is B. Okay, and some A is not B. So I'll just mark this some part of A which is not in B. I'll show it like this. I'll show this diagram like this. Okay, so how you distinguish between these two statements, some A is not B and only a few A is B? How you people distinguish between these two? Now when I say some A is not B, I don't say some A is B. I just say some A is not B. Okay, there is no certainty that some A is B in the first statement, but there is a certainty of some A is B in the second statement. So this makes these two statements differ from each other. Okay, so I hope now you are clear that what does some A is not B and only a few A is B mean. So I hope this confusion is clear to you now. Okay, so this is the difference between some A is not B and only a few A is B. Okay, and diagrammatically you can represent these two statements like this diagram. Okay, so I hope this is clear, right? So one more thing I would like to tell you in the last, that for the statement of no A is B or no B is A, you should always make this symbol. You should always make the symbol of no to represent that there is a relation of no between these two circles. Okay, right. So now I hope you are clear about the diagrams. Okay, so now next thing that I would like to discuss with you about the diagram is like whenever you have a doubtful situation while making the diagram, like if I say all A is B and all C is B. So how should I make the diagram for this? Now there are many possibilities for this diagram, but what is the preferable one? Now all A is B. Now this is what I mean to say through all A is B. And if I say all C is B, that means all C will also come in B. Okay. So if I make both A and C in B, how can I make A and C? So here A and C have a doubtful relation. Okay, so whenever there are two circles which have a doubtful relation between them, you should try to keep them as away from each other as you can. Because you should not represent a doubtful relation in the diagram. You should always represent the definite relation in the diagram. And if there is no definite relation between A and C, so you should not make a relation of sum or all between A and C. You should keep both of them separate from each other. Okay, so this is what I mean. So this is how you are going to distinguish. Like if I have two circles which are away from each other without the symbol of no, and there are two circles which are away from each other with the symbol of no. So how am I going to distinguish between these two? Now this represents the doubtful no. Okay, and this represents the confirmed no. So that's why I was telling you, if you have this relation of no in the question itself, then you are going to make this diagram. Okay, but if by default it happens that there is two circles are separate from each other due to a doubt, then that would represent the doubtful no. And if two circles are possible to be away from each other without the symbol of no, then there will be always three possibilities, that is all, some, no. Means here A and C can make a relation of all or some or no. So this is the situation where the point of either or arises. Okay, so students, just confirm me, is it all clear till now? Because I want you all to give me the correct answer when we start with the question. So that's why I'm clearing all the concepts before that. Okay, so is this clear? Yes. So whenever you people make a diagram, be very clear that if you face a doubtful situation while making the diagram between two variables, so just try to keep them away from each other. Okay, because the more you keep such doubtful circles away, the more will be the clarity in the diagram. Okay, right. Okay, so students, I want your comments, I want your confirmation. If there's any doubt, you can ask me in the comment section. Is it all clear? Sumukh, TDD, Kalyan, Himanshi, is it all clear? Right. Okay, so now I'm giving you some questions you have to answer. Can we mark either or between some and no? So just tell me. Can we mark either or between the combination of some and no? Yes. Can we mark either or between the combination of some and some not? Like if one conclusion is some and other is some not. So can we mark either or? Yes. Can we mark either or between some not and all? Okay, so this you people tell me. Can we mark either or between some not and all? Yes? Yeah. Okay. That we can do. And the fourth situation is, can we mark either or between all and no? Now, if one conclusion is all, other is no, I cannot mark either or. Okay? So I hope all this is clear to you, that where we can mark either or and where we cannot mark either or. Okay. So next thing is about some words. Now let us discuss some words. Okay. Okay. In the diagram that we had discussed before about only a few A is B. Now what does it mean actually? One more thing I would like to tell you here is that if only a few A is B, means all A cannot be in B. Like when we had some A is B, then all A can come in B now. But that cannot happen in the case of only a few A is B, because there is some restricted part in A which cannot come in B. Okay, so I hope you are clear about all the things that we had discussed till now. Okay, so now I am going to discuss some words with you, like for the word of sum. Okay, wait. So sometimes they say at least sum A is B, or at most A is B, or almost A is B, or few of A is B, or many of A is B, or more of A is B, or most of A is B, or 1 to 99. I can write any percent. So 1 to 99% A is B. So all these words actually mean that you have to make the diagram of sum A is B. Now for all, each of A is B, every A is B, 100% A is B. Now this means that all A is B. Okay. Now for no, if I say none of A is B or 0% A is B, now that means no A is B. Now if I consider the word of possibility, okay, if I consider possibility, so whenever you have possibility, if I say can be B or maybe B, now these are the substitutes for the word possibility. Like if I say sum A is B is a possibility, that we understand. But I say that sum A can be B or sum A may be B, so that also means possibility. Okay, so students, is this much clear? Okay. So if you people are liking the session, so just hit like on the session. It is just below the video. Okay. Right. So these are the some keywords that I wanted to ask so that all the confusion is clear. So can we start with the question now? Because I hope you are clear about all these confusions that come in your mind. Okay, now these are some points that should be discussed after covering the whole basic concept. Okay, because these points just help you to solve the question in some easier way. Okay, so let us start with the first question. Okay, so here is the first question. Give me the answer. So students, start giving me the answers now. Okay, so just start solving. So if you people want to score complete 100% marks in your syllogism part, so do not skip solving a single question, because I am covering all the types of syllogism, the direct ones, the coded syllogism, the reverse syllogism. So all the types of syllogism, whether the old pattern or the new pattern, I am going to discuss everything. Okay. Okay students, give me your answers fast. Now all clocks are rocks. Okay, all clocks are rocks. Then you have some clocks are calendar. So this is how I am going to make, and no calendar is a mock. Okay, so this is your diagram here. So students, give me your answers fast. Okay. So first conclusion is no clock is a mock. Okay, first conclusion is no clock is a mock. Now that is the doubtful one, because you can find that clock and mock are two circles which are away from each other. Okay, second one says some rocks are clock. Now some rocks are clocks, that's true. Okay, so students, first one is the doubtful conclusion which can be used for marking the either or. Now first he is saying no clock is a mock. Just see the question. No clock is a mock. Clock is here, mock is here. So between clock and mock, it is not a definite no. It is a doubtful no. And whenever you have a doubtful no, that will be used in marking either or. So this is the doubtful conclusion, not the incorrect or correct one. So just because there is no pair for clock and mock, so we are going to take it wrong. And the correct one will be second one. So the answer here will be option number 2. So Himanshi, Meditation, Sandeep and Sumukh. I hope this is clear. It is not only one follows. It is not both follows, because here he says some. Now there are two words with the C. With the C initial there are two words. One is clock, other is calendar. So this is another mistake that you people do in your exam. You just write C. And by mistake, you keep on seeing the wrong circle whenever the word is starting with C. Okay, so just write the whole word whenever you have the same initials for two parameters. Okay, so the first one is wrong because he is not getting the pair for marking either or. And second one is correct because it is some rocks are clocks. So is this clear? Students, is this clear? So just confirm me fast. Sumukh, Sandeep, Meditation, Himanshi. First one is wrong because he is not talking about calendar, he is talking about clock. Okay. So now let's move on to the next question. You have to answer me this. Okay. So just answer me the next question. So now no leopard is a cheetah. Okay. Some cheetah are tiger and all tigers are lion. Now there are two words with L. I am bringing the same points in the session which comes in your exam. They are always going to give you two parameters which have the same initial, because that is where you people make mistake. Okay, so be very clear. So what will be your answer here? Okay, Ujjwal saying only one follows. So first conclusion is that some leopards are not tiger. Okay, so leopards have a negative relation with only cheetah, and by default some part of tiger is coming in cheetah. That doesn't mean that some leopards are not tiger. All leopards can come in tiger, because leopards cannot go in cheetah. But there is also some area of tiger which is outside cheetah. So if all leopard can come in tiger, then I cannot say that some leopards are not tiger. So here what the relation between leopard and tiger is, they have a doubtful relation. Okay, either leopard can come in tiger, or leopard cannot come in tiger. So this is the doubtful one. Next is all leopards are tiger. Now this is again a doubtful part. Now all leopards can also come in tiger, or this might be the case that they will not come. So we are not sure about the relation between leopard and tiger. Okay, so this is the reason that we are going to mark either or for first and second. So the answer here will be third option. So I'll explain you the point of either or. Now whenever we have some conclusion which I cannot even tick, which I cannot even wrong due to the fact that these are the doubtful conclusion. Now some leopard are not tiger, I cannot even take it impossible because this can happen. And second part also can happen, but that was not sure. Okay, so whenever we have unsure conclusions, we just mark a star on that, and on those star conclusions either or can be marked, and if we are not getting the pair of either or, then those conclusions will be wrong. So this is what we do. And when we mark either or, when one is positive, other is negative, okay, Anirudh, we are coming to that. Okay, I know reverse syllogism is also important, but before coming to that, I want you all to be clear about the concepts. Okay, so it's just 4-5 questions. After that, we are coming to reverse syllogism also, and then coded syllogism will also be covered. And this is what I have even told you in the like 5-10 minutes back, that I'm going to cover all the types. So just do not worry. Okay. So all leopards are tigers. So these are the doubtful conclusions. So answer here will be third one. Okay. Because between some not and all we can mark either or. So I hope this is clear. Okay. So now the next question. Now in the statement you have some not. Some cups are not bolts. Some cups are not bolts. Okay. All duster are ball. All duster will, now this is bolt and that is ball. Okay. All duster are ball, and next is all cups are ball. All cups are ball. Okay. And all dusters are ball. Now dusters will also come in ball. Now this is some complicated diagram. Now the first one is that all balls are cups. Now all balls are cups. Is that true? So that can happen. Okay. This is the doubtful one. But one conclusion is doubtful, other is a conclusion of possibility. I never mark either or between a certain and uncertain conclusion. Okay. So that's the reason we are going to take it wrong. Next one is some duster are cups is a possibility. That some dusters are cup. Can that happen? Yes, that can happen. Now, some dusters are not coming in cups because they have a doubtful relation, and if they have a doubtful relation, then there is a doubt of sum between duster and cap. So, he is already saying that it is a possibility. He is not saying certainly, he is saying it is a possibility. So, the answer here will be second option. Okay, meditation, Kalyan, Irana, is it clear? Nikhil, correct answer. It is option number 2. Okay. So now, Anirudh, here comes the question that you wanted to discuss. Okay. So this is the reverse syllogism. No, this is not the question. Sorry, Anirudh, I failed. Okay, this is again a question where you have statement and then conclusion. But very soon we are going to come on reverse syllogism, Anirudh. Okay, so here you have statement that some plants are leaves. Okay, all stems are leaves. No leaves are branches. Okay, now first conclusion is all leaves being plant is a possibility. Now all leaves being plant is a possibility, and other one is that some stem can never be branch. So according to you, which one is correct? Okay students, here it is not can, here it is can never. So I like to tell you one more thing, that if with the word can you have never, now that doesn't remain possibility, that will become definite no. Okay. So if you have just can or may, that means possibility. But if he says can never, now can never is not a possibility, that is a certain no. Okay, so I hope that is clear also, because I'm trying to cover all the confusions in every question. So here first says all leaves being plant is a possibility. Can all leaves come in plants? Yes, Now here leaves and plants have a relation of some. So all leaves are not coming in plants, but they can come. So the first one is correct. Next is some stem can never be branched. That there are some stems that can never be branched. So already we can see that all stems cannot be branched. So that means some stems are also not branched. So second one is also correct. Okay. Yes, can never means definitely not. Nikhil, correct. Okay. So here both 1 and 2 are correct, and hence the answer here will be option number 5. So this is the question where I am getting the correct answers from all the students. So that means you all are clear about the concept. Sandeep saying 1. So Sandeep, I hope the doubt is clear. Okay. Sumukh saying third option. How can I mark either or, Sumukh? I hope you are giving me the answer for the previous question. Right. Okay, next question. Try this now. Himanshi, correct answer. So students, next you have to answer me the next question. Now let's make the diagram. All lions are cat. All cat are rat. Okay. And no lions are wolf. No lions are wolf. So this is what it means. So with lion, wolf have a negative relation, but with cats and rats, wolf have a doubtful relation. Okay. Now the first one is no rat is a wolf. Now this is doubtful. Now, if I had a pair, some rat is a wolf, I could have marked either or between no rat is a wolf and some rat is a wolf. But I do not have the pair to mark either or, so this first will be considered wrong. Next is that some cat being wolf is a possibility. Can some cat come in wolf? Yes, some cat can come in wolf. If I increase the size of the circle of cat, then wolf and cat can make a relation of some. So this is not happening, but this can happen. So this is correct. So second conclusion is the correct one. So Nikhil, correct answer. Ujjwal, see, I am so surprised. I hope that you are giving me the answers for the previous question. I am seeing your comments which are the answers for the previous question, because we never mark either or between a certain and uncertain conclusion. First is certain, second is uncertain. Okay. So game changer only 2, that's correct. Irana's 5th, that is wrong. Okay. The correct answer here will be third option. So I hope it is clear to all the students. Now here comes the reverse syllogism where you are given the conclusion and you have to tell the correct statement. Now Anirudh, okay, so this is the reverse syllogism. Now you all can try. Now this is something new in your exams where the conclusions will be given, for which we cannot make a diagram. We always make the diagram for the statement. Okay, so you have conclusions and you have to tell which is the correct statement. Now these are the 5 options. Statement 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So out of these you have to tell which is the correct one. So just try this now. Okay. Okay, students, answer me this. Okay. So students are giving me the answer now. Okay, so what we do here is, now this is a reverse syllogism, the most important part. Even we have coded syllogism, but I feel that coded syllogism is also easy, just like the direct questions. The only technical part is your reverse syllogism. So first, always remember, we need not make the diagram for the conclusion. We always make the diagram for the statement. So are we going to make the 5 diagrams here? No, that is not the need. Okay, so what we are going to see here is, now the first conclusion is about lotus and fruit. So between lotus and fruits, he says that it is a possibility. Now if this is a possibility, that means there should not be a certain statement about lotus and fruit. There should not be a certain positive or certain negative relation between lotus and fruit. Okay, so here we have a certain relation between lotus and fruit, that no lotus is a fruit. This is wrong. So first option will be wrong, because from no lotus is a fruit, I cannot conclude that all lotus are fruits is a possibility. I cannot conclude that. Okay, now if you check this in all other options, now there is no relation about lotus and fruit, but in the fourth one you have no lotus is a fruit. So the fourth one is also wrong. Okay, this fourth one is also wrong. Now we are left with just second, third and fifth. Okay. Right. So next is about no lotus is river. Now again we are doing the same thing. If you remember the starting of the session, I was saying from positive statement, negative conclusion will be wrong. So from negative conclusion, positive statement will be wrong. Okay, here we have no lotus is river. Now if I have to take this conclusion correct, so I'll be clear that there should not be any positive statement between lotus and river. Okay, so just check if we have any positive statement. Okay, there should not be anything positive between lotus and river. It is not there in second one. Okay, in the third you have all rivers are lotus. So if the statement is all rivers are lotus, how can I conclude no lotus is river? Third one is also wrong. Again, here we have positive, so fifth is also wrong. So without even solving, we got our answer, which is only second option. So second option is the correct one. So this is the approach to handle reverse syllogism. Just pick one conclusion and see between those two variables that are there in the conclusion, what is the relation. Now if I have a possibility, then certainty in the statement will be wrong. If I have a negative, then positive in the statement will be wrong. So are you clear about the approach? Okay, we need not solve the question. We are just going to minimize the options, and most of the times what happens is that you are left with a single option, and then we need not even make a diagram for a single statement. But yes, if you are left with two options, then you make a diagram and decide which is the correct option out of those two. Okay. Okay students, is it clear? So now let's solve the next question. Okay. And I hope you are finding it interesting now and easy also, because many students say that ma'am, we leave this question because there's no time to make 5 diagrams. But I hope you got to know we need not make all the 5 diagrams. Now this method is going to solve the question in a very less time. Okay. Okay. So Kalyan answered, Ujjwal answered, very good. Okay, Nikhil answered. So now you are giving me the right answers. That's very good. Okay, TDD also answered, Irena. Okay. So first conclusion is that no cat is a nose. Now here between cat and nose we have a negative conclusion. Okay. So there should not be anything positive between cat and nose. Okay. So in the first you have all cats are noses. So this is wrong because from all I cannot conclude no. Okay, next check, anywhere are you getting anywhere you are getting positive between cat and nose. So just check that it is not there in second. Okay, in the second if you check, there is nothing positive between cat and nose. In the third you have all cats are noses. Okay, so third one is also wrong. In the fourth one it is nothing positive between cat and nose. Also in the fifth one you do not have anything positive between cat and nose. So focusing on the first conclusion, our first and third options are wrong. Okay, next is that all noses being ants is a possibility. Now all noses being ants, so between noses and ants you have to check if I am getting any certain thing. So in the second, if I check between nose and ant, so we have no nose is an ant. So this is also wrong. Okay. In the fourth also we are getting no nose is an ant. This is also wrong. Again we are left with just one option, which is the fifth one. So the answer here will be option number 5. So correct answer by all the students. Himanshi, Neha, Sandeep, Math. Correct answer. So are you finding this interesting now? So are you finding it interesting and feeling confident that you will be able to solve this? Okay, so now the next question. Here you have 2 conclusions and then followed by 5 statements, and you have to tell from the given 5 options, that is A, B, C, D, E, which is the correct option. Also there are combinations that are given in the option. So just try this. Okay, Satyanarayan answered, very good. Himanshi, okay, yes ma'am. Okay. So students, I'll tell you some more information here, that here in the conclusion, if you have any negative conclusion, then we need to have at least any negative statement in the option. But here if you check option number 3rd, all the combinations are the positive ones. So if I have all the positive statements, if I'll make a diagram where there is no negative relation, how can I conclude that some juices are not liquids? So by this reason, we are going to neglect option number 3rd and 5th. The same thing is happening in 5th also, that all the combinations of statements are the positive ones. That is all sum and all sum. So if we have a negative conclusion, we need to have at least any negative statement in the option. So by this method, we are left with just 3 options. Okay, so just check. Now if I have the conclusion positive between water and juices, there should not be anything negative between water and juices. So that is not happening in 1st, 2nd and 4th. Next, if I have some juices are not liquid, okay, so if there is negative conclusion between juice and liquid, I should be clear that there should not be anything positive between juice and liquid. Okay, there should not be anything positive between juice and liquid. Okay, so if there is nothing positive between juice and liquid, that means we have to check that in the options. Now one more thing I would like to tell you, if 3rd and 5th are wrong, so here B option is wrong, C option is wrong and E option is wrong. So I am left with 2 options. Now you can use the options also. Just see the options. These are unique ones. Now either your answer will be only statement 1 and 2 or your answer will be only statement 4. So if you have to solve this, instead of solving 1 and 2, first preference should be given to 4. Okay, so if I solve the 4th one, all water are milk, all milk are juices and no liquid is milk. So first conclusion is all water are juices, that is true. Second is some juices are not liquids, that is also true. Now you can see some part of juices which is represented by milk. Now that have a definite relation of no with liquid. So this suggests that answer will be option number D. We need not even solve this combination of 1 and 2. We need not even check, because if 4th one is correct, then 1 and 2 cannot be your answer. So just try to not solve the question. However it is possible. Okay, just see the options. In the option you have combination, then accordingly just see which is the best thing to solve first. Okay, so now the next question here is the coded type. Now I am going to cover the coded type where symbols are given and meaning of all the symbols are also given, and in the statement same symbols will be used in the statement and conclusion both. Okay, so answer me this. Okay students, what will be your answer here? Also you have this only a few in the question. So first make the diagram for dog and cat. So what is the star mean? Star means only a few. That some dog is cat and some dog is not cat. Okay, next you have cat, horse. So what is the symbol? No. So there is a relation of no between cat and horse. Then you have @ that means some not. Okay, some horse is not lion. Okay, some horse is not lion. This is what it means. Okay, Next is lion hash tiger. Hash means all lion are tiger. So this is your diagram here. So the conclusion is, first is at the rate. Okay, what does this at the rate mean? Lion, okay, in the last you also have if there is percent, that means possibility. Okay, like if there is a combination of two symbols, then percent means possibility. So the first one is lion at the rate cat. At the rate means some lion is not cat. So is that correct? Some lion is not cat. Students, be very sure, because here he is asking definitely, not possibly, he is asking definitely that some lion is not cat. Now I'll just mark it. Now you have some no cat is H and some H is not lion. Okay. So he's saying some lion is not cat. Now lion can, whole of lion can come in cat. Because some H is not L, he didn't say some L is not H. Okay, he is saying some H is not L. So if some H is not L, like if some part of H, L cannot come, then L can come in the rest of the part. So L is very independent. There is nothing negative about L. L can go anywhere. And if L can go anywhere, I cannot be sure that it is some knot between lion and cat. So this is wrong. Okay, so I hope confusion is clear now, because you people were saying fourth option and taking the first conclusion correct. So I hope this is clear. Okay. Second one is dog and tiger, and there are two symbols that he is asking in possibility. And hash means all dog is tiger is a possibility. So can all dog go in tiger? Yes, it can go. All dog cannot go in cat, but all dog can go in tiger. So second one is correct. So just tell now, check the options. This saves your time. Now first is wrong. This is wrong. Okay. None follows will also be wrong, because the second conclusion is true. Fourth will also be wrong. So it is either only 2 follows or 2 and 3. That means we need to check the third one. But sometimes the combination and options are such that we need not even check the third one. So this is what I am telling you. Always focus on options. Okay. Tiger at the rate cat means some tiger is not cat. So some tiger is not cat. This is what it means. Okay. Right. So some tiger is not cat. So can all tiger go in cat? Now all lion are tiger. That's true. But there is no definite relation between H and L that they, because if you remember, I had explained you earlier also, when he says some not, that doesn't mean that they have a relation of some. That doesn't mean that they have a relation of some. And if H and L do not have a relation of some, I cannot say that some tiger is not cat. So that makes the third conclusion wrong, and hence the answer will be option number 5. That is only 2 follows. So I hope this is clear. Okay, so let's try the next question. We are not covering the easy ones. I want you all to attempt each and every question of syllogism. So let's try the next one. So S3 hash T2. Hash means all. So all S3 is T2. Then star. Star means only a few. And only a few means some T2 is H5 and some T2 is not H5. Okay. Next is no. No H5 is B3. And then you have hash that all B3 is J6. So this will be your diagram. Now the first one says T2 at the rate B3. Okay, so answer me this now. Now, when you have only a few, that means some and some not, both are possible. Means both are definitely true. Okay. And if some and some not both are coming definitely, that means if he says T2 at the rate B3, at the rate means some not. So there is some part of T2, that is the shaded part, which is coming in H5, and H5 have a negative relation with B3. That means some part of T2 also have a negative relation with B3. So the first conclusion is true. Students, you might face confusion in the first conclusion. I hope you are clear now that why first one is true. Because if he says only a few, that means some T2 is H5. And if some T2 is H5 and H5 have no relation with B3, that makes some part of T2 definitely not with B3. Okay, so the first one is correct. Second one says S3 hash percent. Hash means all. All S3 can come in H5. So all S3 can come in H5, but not all T2 come in H5. See, because T2 have a relation of only a few. So all T2 cannot go in H5. But all S3 can come in H5. So due to can come, second conclusion is also true. Now third one says H5 hash percent J6. H5 in J6. So can H5 go in J6? Yes, they can go. Because H5 have a negative relation with B3. So outside the area of B3, we can take H5 in J6. So third one is also true. And hence the answer here will be all follows. That is option number third. So you people are taking, it was just Ujjwal who has given me the right answer, but all felt that the first conclusion will be wrong. So I hope the confusion is clear. Okay. Right? Okay, so now again, let's come on to the reverse syllogism. Okay. So the next question is from reverse syllogism that I want you all to try. So what will be the answer here? Okay, students, give me your answers fast. Now I expect all of you to solve the questions in less time. Okay, students, answer me this. Now you people are giving me the correct answer. So I hope you are getting a lot of help from these points, and all the questions I hope are proving helpful. Okay, so some covers are pillows and all sheets being covered is a possibility. Okay. Okay, students, so answer me this. So students, so the first conclusion is some covers are pillow. Here we have a positive conclusion about cover and pillow, right? So if we have a positive conclusion, that means I need not have negative statement about pillow and cover. So that I am getting in the first option. This is wrong, and also in the fifth option. So these two options are wrong because here we have a negative statement about pillow and cover. Now the next conclusion is that all sheet being cover is a possibility. Now if he says in the conclusion all sheet being cover is a possibility, that means there should not be a certain relation, whether that is positive or negative, but there should not be a certain relation between sheet and cover. So in the second you have no sheet is cover. So if we have no sheet is cover, I cannot conclude all sheet being cover is a possibility. I cannot conclude that. Now the same thing is happening in the fourth option also. So we are left with just one option, which is option number 3rd. So it was Irana, TDD and Ujjwal who have given me the correct answer. So students, not all the students are giving me the answers now. So I feel you are tired. But that should not be the case. If you want to score 100% marks in syllogism, you all should be trying and giving me the answer. Okay. Right. Next question. Try this. I think this is the easiest one, the question that you people are seeing now. I expect your answer in just upcoming 10 to 15 seconds. So here you have a positive conclusion about mug and plate. So there should not be a negative statement about mug and plate, but you are getting that in all the last three options. So these 3 options are wrong. We are left with just 2 options, and let's make a diagram for these 2 because we need to make the diagram. So the first one is some cups are trays, some trays are plates, some plates are mugs. So first is some mugs are plates. That's true in the diagram. Some trays are cups, that is also true. So the first one is correct. We need not even solve the second one. So the answer here will be option number 1. Okay. So Ujjwal and TDD have given me the correct answer. But I wanted all of you to answer because this was the easiest question. Okay. So next question. Here can means possibility. Let's try this now. Okay. So answer me this. Okay students, what will be the answer for the next question? Okay students, answer me this. Okay, so between gun and lotus there is a doubtful relation, so there should not be a definite relation between gun and lotus. So here we are getting a definite relation, here we are getting definite relation, so these 2 options are wrong. Okay. Next we have a doubtful relation between all and bat. Okay. So we are getting a definite relation about all and bat in the 4th and 5th option. So these 2 are also wrong. And we are left with just one option, which is option number 1. And this will be your answer. So I hope it is clear to you all. Okay. So next question, now we are going back to the direct format. So let's see. Now I expect all of you to give me the answers and the correct ones. Okay, so just revise the direct question again. I hope you are clear how to handle the reverse question, how to handle the coded syllogism. So now you have to try the direct questions. So what will be the answer here? Okay, Ujjwal answered, very good. Okay students, give me your answers fast. Meditation also answered. So now I expect answers from you all. Okay, so all pencil are sharp. So all pencil are sharp, some pencil are eraser. No eraser is a scale. So first is all scale being pencils is a possibility. So that can happen. All scales can go in pencil. At least some pencils may be scale. Now may means possibility. Okay. So can some pencils come in scales? Okay. So what he mean here is that some pencils may be scales. So at least some pencils may be scales means he mean to say that some pencils can come in scales, but they are already coming. It is not a doubtful one, it is a definite one, and the definite one cannot be true in the possibility. So here the second one is wrong and the answer will be option number 1. So it is just Irina who has given me the correct answer. Okay, wait students, I just saw, now here I made the mistake myself that there are two S. So let me mark. Okay, it was all pencil are sharp, right? And then some pencil are eraser and then no eraser is a scale. Yes, Ujjwal, right. I was feeling that there was something going wrong. So I just saw that there are two words. Now this is the same mistake that I was repeating again and again. Now they always do this. They always give 2 or 3 parameters with the same initial. Okay, so some pencil may be scale. So yes, that's true. That some pencils can go in scale. And I think Irina has also done the same mistake because she is also giving me the same answer. That is 1. So now the answer here will be both 1 and 2 follows. That is option number 5. Okay. Is it clear? Next question. Okay students, answer me the next question now. Some festivals are days, no month is a festival, and some years are days. Okay. Some festivals are years, that is doubtful. Okay. At least some years are not months, that is again doubtful. But here he is talking about festival and years, and here he is talking about years and months, so we cannot mark either or. So these two are wrong because these are doubtful ones and they are not getting any pair. Now the third one is that all festivals being year is a possibility. So can all festival come in years? That can happen. Because already festival and years have a doubtful relation. So the answer here will be option number, not fourth one. Here the answer will be third option. That is only 3 follows. Okay. So now let's come on to the next question. So some trains are radios, Some, now let me write it because here again that is happening, two words with the same initial. Some radios are rackets. Then all rings are rackets. I'll make a bigger diagram to have a clear understanding. Okay. Some trains are radios. Some radios are rackets. All rings are rackets. And no radio is a TV. So this is TV and this is trains. Okay. So give me your answer, students. So TTD answered, Himanshi answered, very good. So first one is that all train are TV is a possibility. So can all train come in TV? That is not possible. All train are TV is a possibility. This is what he mean to say. Okay. He's saying all train are TV. All train means this part will also come in TV. So that is not possible. Some rings are radios. Now between rings and radios there is a doubtful relation, but this second conclusion is not getting any pair. So this is also wrong. Next is some TVs are not rackets. Some TV are not rackets. Now again this is doubtful but not getting any pair. So this is also wrong, and hence the answer here will be option number D. That is none follows. Okay. Answer here will be option number D, that is none follows. So, okay, that was for the last question. Fine. Okay, next question. Okay, students, next question. Answer me the next question. All table are laptop. Some laptop are computer, and all computers are smartphones. Okay. So the first conclusion is some table are computer, that is doubtful. Next is that some table are not computer, that is also doubtful. Now here the variables are same. Both have table and computer. One is positive, other is negative, and one is some, other is some not. So we can mark either or between these two. Next we have some laptop are smartphone. Now that is true. That is definitely true. Next is some laptops are not smartphone. That is definitely wrong. Now what mistake you people could do here is that you by mistake mark either or between third and fourth. Because once you see the option and you find that there is a combination of either or between first and third and fourth, so that keeps ringing in your mind. And even without checking, you people feel that, okay, here we have laptop and smartphone in both third and fourth. It is some and some not. So this must be either or. And just to save time, you end up marking the answer third option, which is actually wrong. And the answer here will be fourth option. Because third conclusions happens to be true. And we cannot mark either or between the true conclusion. We always mark either or for the doubtful ones. Okay? Right? So students, just confirm me, is it clear to you all? Yes? Although I was expecting answers. Ujjwal, just write your doubt. If it is not clear, what's the point where you faced a doubt? Why is third true? Now just see, some laptops are smartphone. If all computers are smartphone and computer have a relation of sum with laptop, then smartphone will also make a relation of sum with laptop. That's the reason that the third one is true. Now if I say all A are B, all A are B and no B is C. So if it is no B and C, okay, then no A is C will be also true because A is entirely in B. Now due to the same reason, if it is all C are SB, that is smartphone, then some smartphone are also making a relation of sum with laptop. Okay, so answer here will be that first and second are for the either or, third one is definitely true. Now what does this mean? That it is not a definite true kind of relation between first and second. We have either or between first and second, and third is definitely true. So TDD, are you clear about the answer now? Okay, right. So this was end of the session. I hope you all have liked the class, and if you have any query related to today's session, any doubt about any concept, so just write it in the comment section. And I have to make a very important announcement in the last, but before that I would like a confirmation from you all whether you like the session, and if you have any doubt, just write in the comments. Yes? Okay. Okay students, so just do one thing. In the description you can find a link for our Telegram channel. Okay, see that if you can find it. Okay, meditation, I'm not sure about which question you are talking. I'm saying just check the description. In the description you have a link to join the Telegram channel. Okay, so just join that channel if you have not joined yet, because once you join this PPT, okay, the whole questions, the whole set of questions with the complete explanation, so the whole class will be available to you in that Telegram channel in just 30 minutes, so that you can revise the whole session. Okay, because there are a lot of points that we have discussed today, so just checking the session again and again is not sometimes feasible. You can go through the whole session from the PDF document. So for that reason, we are just going to share the PDF of the same session in just 30 minutes in that Telegram channel. So I want you all to join that so that you can revise today's class. Okay, and if you have any query, just write in the comment section. Also hit like just below your video if you like the session. Okay, right. And if you are if today is your first day, I request you to subscribe to our new regulatory YouTube channel, because we have a new regulatory channel now for RBI or all regulatory exams. Okay, also you can download our regulatory app. Okay, right. Okay students, so I think everything is clear. I hope all the doubts are clear. Yeah, so okay, so thank you so much students. Going to meet in another session. We are going to continue, we are definitely going to continue such sessions so that you get a great marks in your RBI Grade B examination. That will be helpful for your selection. Okay, so thank you so much students. Have a nice day. Good night.